One thing that Warren Buffett has been of late is very, very quiet. He has been selling stock. He's been avoiding acquisitions. When you look at it, these all add up to a fairly bearish signal. When he finally did speak at the annual meeting over the weekend, do you think his words matched his actions?
Yes, and in fact, I think the tone and the content of his words at the annual meeting may portend a more near-term bearish outlook at Berkshire. As I've said before, given the breadth and depth of Berkshire's businesses, they're really sort of a microcosm for the broader economy, given all the sectors and industries that they're in. And so as we're now in a second quarter that's expected to be, very recessionary, I think Berkshire is going to feel the brunt of those recessionary pressures certainly on a lot of their operating businesses.
Yeah, Cathy, talk about the news here that Berkshire exited those positions in the 4 main U.S. airlines here. It was an investment that a lot of people questioned at the time that it was first disclosed, and over the years, it wasn't necessarily a wildly profitable one. What do you make of that, not only in the context of what it means for Berkshire's strategy going forward, but also really for who's really calling the shots here now at Berkshire?
Well, and you make a very interesting point on a number of fronts, and who's really calling the shots. I mean, I will say that the decision to sell the airline stocks, I believe that when it comes to a decision of that magnitude, that Warren still sort of has to check the box and give it his okay. That's my sense. But I think a number of his lieutenants are sort of, going through the portfolio. And, again, I think the view at the firm is looking across both their operating portfolios and their investment portfolios and looking for places where there's probably going to be fairly significant demand destruction in the near term. And my sense is that, that led them to conclude that airlines were not coming back anytime soon. I mean, I think it's also important to look at that decision against the backdrop of some other Berkshire decisions, including the Occidental Petroleum investment that they are, not going to get out of, and for which right now, the warrant price that they received from Oxy, the stock is about a third of that, if not less, of that warrant price. So that's an investment that's out of the money. So I think it's important to look at the airline decision. That was a liquid position that they could, that they could exit, as opposed to some of their other investments that are less liquid and that they are not as likely to extricate themselves from.